Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Hello everyone, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 35 of Adventures and Mousecapades. Today we are talking about alien encounters in film and literature.
Starting with Shakespeare.
Well, yes, I mean, he did meet the Doctor.
That's a very good point.
Today we are actually talking about our trip from December 2016, where we visit Walt Disney World before our trip on the Fantasy. So this podcast is about our time in Walt Disney World.
Yes, and this was Christmas time. So we were literally traveling from Seattle to Orlando on December 14th. And
Leaving snowfilled for Seattle.
Yeah.
Snowfilled Seattle.
It was snowy. When we left and we flew out of SeaTac and the plane came over this way, we could see our neighborhood. We could see a little bit of snow on the ground. I could see my house from there. I did a very, very dad thing and took pictures of our neighborhood out of the airplane window, but whatever.
It was snowish.
I mean, there was a bunch of snow on Mount Si.
Yes, that's true.
Anyhow, so yeah, this was Christmas time in the parks and on a Disney cruise. And before you say, but you're crazy, yes.
Obviously.
Yes, we are. But we only had a few days in the parks before the cruise.
Yeah.
And it was largely before all the schools let out. And so while we were at the parks, it was not stupidly, insanely busy. We didn't have 3-hour waits for stuff. The levels of people, of humanity in the park was still relatively low.
Yeah.
And that's why we did some time in the parks before our cruise that got off the ship on Christmas Eve rather than after.
Yeah.
You could not pay me enough to go to Disney World.
We are not interested in that.
Or Disneyland in the parks on Christmas or Christmas Day or New Year's or
Yeah. We were basically there 2 days before all the schools started their breaks.
Yes. So we flew to Orlando, and I'm sure we probably took the Magical Express, RIP,
Yes.
to Bay Lake Tower.
Yes.
We used our DVC points, and we had some points to burn, and we burned them.
We did.
Indeed. We got, for 3 nights, a 3-bedroom Grand Villa Park View in Bay Lake Tower.
Yes.
Wow.
This was awesome.
This was a heck of a place to stay.
This is our first time staying at Bay Lake Tower, I believe. And we went big.
Yeah, we did. We went big because we were going home. Like the DVC slogan, welcome home. So you got...
Okay.
Okay, that may be a
Nice
stretch.
job.
Anyhow, we had just an incredible view
Yes.
of Space Mountain is right there, and the castle's a little beyond that, and you can see the fireworks and anyhow, we'll get there.
It was awesome. And the kids loved it because they each got their own bedroom.
Yes.
The Grand Villas can sleep a lot of people. I think it's up to 12, and we're 4. But
right. But hey, the kids get their own room, their own bathroom each. Everybody's happy. The separation of church and state.
Yeah.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
It was only for a couple of days.
Yeah. But it has this, the living room has this 2-story tall, floor to ceiling set of windows that looks out on the parks and everything. It's just stunning. And because it's DVC, so you've got this full living room with lots of couches and seating. You have a full dining room. You have a full kitchen. The master suite was incredible, and a king-size bed and beautifully appointed bathroom. And then you go upstairs, and there's a grand staircase inside the suite. And then on one side, there's basically one room that has, its own ensuite bathroom, and then you go to the other side and there's the same thing, and then in the middle there on that landing is kind of another, like a second living room, if you will. It has its own TV, it has its own couch.
It's like a loft area.
Yeah.
And each one of the other bedrooms upstairs had 2 queen beds in it.
Right. Yeah, that was
nice.
That was cool. That was a
cool.
great way to start off our vacation.
Yeah, and we had dinner that night we had it at Hoop-Dee-Doo Review.
Indeed.
And we've never been there before.
No, and it was kind of cool since we were staying at Bay Lake Tower, at the Contemporary Resort. Effectively, we just went out back and picked up one of the boat launches, and they shuttled us over to Wilderness. Yes, it was right in the tip of my brain. But I appreciate your assistance, and it was cool. It was hoopty, it was reviewy, it was. I don't know. We didn't take any pictures. We just kind of enjoyed it.
No, we didn't. We weren't exactly sure what to expect.
Yeah.
We'd heard a little bit about it, that there was music and kind of barbecue style food.
Yep.
Fried chicken, right? If I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
Fried chicken, baked beans, macaroni.
Yeah.
Good stuff. It was yummy, and
it was show, and
yeah.
it was fun. It was campy.
It was fun.
Yeah. No complaints.
No complaints, and the kids loved it.
Yeah. I mean, the only complaint I have, honestly, but it's a me problem. It's not a them problem. Was the dessert.
Oh yeah, it had strawberries.
Yeah, it's strawberry shortcake, and I do not do strawberries.
Nope.
So, wah, wah.
Nope.
But it was cool. We had a beautiful view coming back on the boat to a resort. The moon was out over the lake and the Seven Seas Lagoon, and it was stunning. We took a couple really cool pictures, and the castle was all lit up for kind of Christmas time, so it was like all icicle light looking, and yeah, it was really neat.
Yeah. And one of the neat things about this time, it is Christmas time, so there are gingerbread houses in the lobbies of the resorts.
Yes.
So the Contemporary Resort had, I think it was like Arendelle style. Yeah, it was. It was an Arendelle style gingerbread house. And it smelled so good.
Oh yeah. I mean, the artisanship is amazing, and it's really cool to see, but just the smell is just yeah, that's what I'm there for. Makes you hungry.
Yes. So that evening was, it was a long day for us. So we did Hoop-Dee-Doo and then
that was
sleep.
Yep, exactly. And we got up fairly early, and we basically rope dropped. And it was a Thursday, but we all had our Seahawks jerseys on because the Seahawks were playing that night.
Yes.
So all of our pictures today, or from that day rather, have all of us in our Seahawks gear.
Yeah.
That was cool. So it was like us in front of the castle in all our jerseys and everything. It was kind of funny.
Nathan mentioned to me earlier that we were seeing lots of people around the parks in Seahawks gear.
Yeah.
And of course, whenever we see somebody and we're away from Seattle, we see somebody in Seahawks gear, we say,
"Go Hawks."
Go Hawks.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a lot of that going around
Yes.
that day. It was very cool.
Yeah. So there's some cute pictures of us in front of the castle. There's a magic shot with the kids and Olaf.
Yeah.
Really cute.
Yeah.
After that, we headed over to Fantasyland, and we got to spend a little bit of time with a couple of characters over there. We saw Alice from Alice in Wonderland. I think that's in front of the teacups. We got some pictures with the kids and her. And we also saw Merida. This was a great character interaction.
Yeah, she was fun.
Meredith. Merida was great.
Yeah.
And she liked seeing a family of gingers too. I
Yes.
remember her saying something about that.
And she was real. I mean, a lot of the face characters do this, but she was so like living out that character. It was really cool to see. Now, I will say, before we met Alice and before we met Merida, we did go and get breakfast over at Be Our Guest.
Yes, we did.
And that was food. It was. I remember going in and thinking like, "Oh, this will be really cool." We've heard a lot of people talk about how amazing this place is, and it's just great, and the food is awesome, and blah blah. it was
We did not have that experience.
no.
Morning time is quick service. A lot of the largely good reviews that I have heard were for dinner time when it was not a quick service. It
Got
was
it.
a sit down, full table service meal.
Right.
They did not have that at breakfast and lunch.
No.
And I don't know if they actually have it anymore. I don't know if it's fully come back yet.
Got it.
Yeah. So breakfast was,
Yeah.
it wasn't what we were expecting. I don't think we'd go back for a quick service breakfast
No.
there.
No. I did. I made you take a picture of me.
Yes.
If you've been inside Be Our Guest, it's set up like the Beast's mansion and stuff like that, and they have these gargoyles that are the columns, supposedly like holding up the roof and stuff like that. And I went over and tickled one of the gargoyles.
Under the armpit. Yes.
Okay, I'm weird. I will admit that.
It's a funny picture.
It is a funny picture.
We had breakfast at Be Our Guest, and then we did Mine Train. We were able to get on Mine Train.
Yeah.
And I don't think we had too long of a wait either.
No.
And then we went into Fantasyland and did the character interactions.
Yep. Other things we did that day, we hit Haunted Mansion, which was kind of cool. I remember the line kept moving. Like, it wasn't a long wait.
Yeah.
But they did have us going through the extended queue.
Which is really cool. I love the extended queue redo that they have done at the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Just the extra things that they've added with the mausoleum wall of different musical instruments where you could touch them
Yeah.
and then they'll make the music. There's like a pipe organ too, I think.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff over there that they've done. It's interactive.
It's fun.
The kids loved it. The kids loved it.
Heck, I love it. I mean, it's Haunted Mansion.
Well,
so it's
sure. I mean,
awesome.
you love everything to do with Haunted
Yes,
Mansion.
I do. We also went over to the Town Square Theater that day and saw Magician Mickey.
Yeah.
And looking through our pictures, it's so funny because, sometimes there's bad pictures where people blink.
Yeah.
Well, we have a picture of Mickey
Blinking.
blinking.
This was, I think, not too long after those modern character heads came out where they could blink their eyes. And so, yeah, we have
And open and close their mouths.
That's right. And so, yeah, we have the picture of the four of us with Mickey and his eyes are closed. Oops.
Is that our only family picture? No, we have one more
there's
family
one
picture.
other. That would have been ironic if it was
That's
the only picture we
hilarious.
got with the four of us with Mickey.
Yep.
We did the photo package for this because we do a lot of these photo experiences and things like that. So not only we were going through our photo album and we had to weed out a bunch of photos, because when you do the photo package, not only do you get the photos that you take with the characters or in the middle of Main Street or wherever else you're able to find one of their photographers, you get a bunch of stock images as well. And their stock images are really great. We just had a lot of them and we're like, we just want to see what we did, not what Disney added in.
There's probably like 50 or 60 stock photos in here. There was a lot.
There was a lot. And I've never seen that many. Like, there's usually like, here's 5 or 6, not like dozens.
I can tell you why.
Why?
It's because they had the regular photo and then the Very Merry photos.
Oh.
There's a lot. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. We did Very Merry this evening as well. When we left Magician Mickey, we went out and the parade was going on. The Festival of Fantasy parade was going on. And we were able to, do a quick hop, skip, and a jump over towards the railroad station.
Yeah, the railway station. And I don't know how. We actually got up on the porch of the railway station.
It was before they closed this down.
Yes. But I would think that would have been prime seating or special reserved spot. And these days they probably want $50 or $75 a head for that. But it was the best place I've ever seen a parade go by.
These days it's reserved, but back then, way back in 2016,
no, back in
it
the
was
day.
not. And we got some really cool pictures.
Yeah.
This had the Maleficent. I don't know. It's kind of like a steampunk Maleficent dragon.
Yeah.
Which I love Maleficent. She is my favorite villain.
Yeah, and this was pre-conflagration, so
Yes.
it burst into flames a couple years after this.
Yes.
But it is a fire-breathing dragon. Again, this was late 2016. I think it was sometime in 2018 where things went awry.
Our horns caught on fire.
Yes.
It was a cool parade. I do remember enjoying it quite a bit.
Especially from the view. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the best place to ever see a parade. I don't know where this was, but we have this picture of Santa's naughty or nice list. And there's a very long list of folks on the naughty side. And then there's a short list on the nice side. And unfortunately, it would seem that I was one of the few people on the nice list. And I got crossed out and put at the top of the naughty list, which seems accurate.
There are so many people on the naughty list. Yeah. I think so we have an Ashley on the nice list, and Jason got moved over from naughty to nice.
Yes. Yes. I went the other way.
2 people. Yeah. I think this may have been in line of Jingle Cruise.
Oh, maybe. I bet you those are skippers.
Yes, that would make sense.
I bet you that's the list of skippers.
Yep. Yeah. So we're talking about Jingle Cruise. We went over and did a bunch of the rides over there. The Jungle Cruise around Christmas time gets renamed to the Jingle Cruise.
Yes.
And it's really neat. They do a couple other decoration updates. They update the name of the boats.
Yes.
We were on the Reindeer Ruby.
Yes. They have a big banner that says Jungle all the way and Christmas puns galore.
Yes.
I love that ride.
It's such a fun ride. I love their puns.
Yes.
They're punny.
Ha-ha.
Dinner that evening was at Jungle Navigation Co. Limited Skipper Canteen.
TM.
TM?
Yeah, that's a fun restaurant.
We've only sat in the same area. We've been there 3 or 4 times maybe.
Something like that.
And we've always been in the same area.
Yeah.
One of these days I want to request the special rooms.
Yeah. But not this time. And of course, as will become, I don't know, I guess a theme for this whole trip between Disney World and on the cruise, Sterling fell asleep at around the time dessert got to us.
Yes, he did. He had a really cool looking dessert this time too. It's I don't know what it was called, but it looks like a little mini volcano, and it has a candy like
flames, like lava shooting up or something.
Yeah, but it's like the translucent crystalline flame candy thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. We ate dinner, and we don't quite have the timing down on all this. I know we were there that evening for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Yeah.
I think we were already in that park. We probably went back and got our wristband or whatever.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah, and just went back in and did stuff. Saw the parade.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. We love this parade.
Yeah. With the Toy Soldier Band, and I love the Toy Soldier Band. Not Sterling's favorite, but whatever.
The toy soldiers are creepy to Sterling.
And all the floats have all like garland all over them, and the float from Toy Story, all the building blocks and everything has these giant Christmas lights on it, and it's just so well themed.
It is. It's very nice.
Yeah. And we did a bunch of stuff that night because it was already a not super busy day in the park. And then there were not very many people there for Very Merry. It was amazing. So I know we did Splash Mountain multiple times.
Yes.
And I think the second time we did it, we had the whole log or the whole flume with just us.
It was the Novak flume.
Indeed.
Did Mine Train again.
Yep, we did Mine Train. We rode Big Thunder.
This
was
a thing.
So pro tip. We did not go to the fireworks. We did not go to see the show in front of the castle. We wanted to get rides in. And we hit Mine Train at about 10 o'clock at night, which is when the holiday fireworks show started. And we were like maybe one of 3 parties that was on the train for Mine Train. Like it was mostly empty.
Thunder Mountain.
Sorry, Thunder Mountain, you're right. And we were like partway through, like coming over the first hill and starting to go, and all of a sudden the fireworks started going off.
It was so awesome.
It was amazing. It was so very cool to go through this whole ride and just have random fireworks going off seemingly right above your head.
Yeah.
And we got off the ride and ran out to the exit just in time for the finale. And it felt like we were surrounded on all sides by gigantic fireworks.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
When you're in front of the castle watching the fireworks, it looks just like the fireworks are all right there.
Right.
Like, it happens right there. When you're in different areas of the park when the fireworks go off, you will realize that the fireworks where they launch them are at different varying parts
Yeah.
all around the parks.
Yeah. The biggest stuff is further back, like behind the main park.
Yeah.
But this was just so cool.
We were surrounded by fireworks. It was amazing.
It was great.
We'll probably find another time to do that.
Oh, heck yeah.
We have a tendency to not watch the fireworks shows from in front of the castle. I don't know why. I think, actually, I do know why. We don't like the crowds.
No.
We don't like to be packed in with people. Being in a line is one thing. That's okay, because that's a line.
Yeah.
But
standing around shoulder to shoulder with thousands of other people is just not our idea of a good time.
No.
But we tend to stumble into really cool things like this.
Yeah.
So, pro tip, if you're able to, if you can time it, even if the ride is down, go stand at the end of the exit line from Big Thunder and watch the fireworks from there.
So cool.
It is such a unique perspective on the fireworks. And it was really cool.
Yep. And I believe we split up from there.
Yeah.
Sterling was flagging. I mean, it was late.
Yeah.
So he and I headed out, and I believe you and Caitlin went over to do some other rides.
Yes.
On our way out, Sterling and I, we saw that Tinkerbell was doing a meet and greet at her area at Town Square. So we went in there, and Sterling got to meet Tinkerbell. And oh my gosh, some of these pictures are so darn cute. He like perked right up to meet Tinkerbell. I didn't realize he liked this character so much. I think she had some movies at the time that he was interested in and had watched them. But he just chatted up a storm with her. And she, got down on her knee, got down to his level and everything, and was just talking with him. Really cute pictures. And one of them lives as my background, my rotational background on my screen.
Because Sterling was 4 or 5 at this point. And he really loved it. Caitlin and I went over and rode Space Mountain. I think we rode it several times in a row. Knowing Caitlin, I'm sure we rode it several times in a row and had a grand old time on our own.
And that was pretty much it for that day. That it was probably midnight by the time we all got home or back to the room. So it was the next day.
It was another long day, but that's okay. It was fun. We had a great time. Would do it again. We
knew we were going to be able to just rest and relax in just a couple of days. We wanted to go.
We had 2 days in the parks.
Yes.
And we had park hopper for each day. And we didn't park hop that first day. But boy, did we park hop the second day.
We did. We did indeed.
We started off on day 2 at Magic Kingdom because there's a couple things that for various reasons we didn't get a chance to do. We hit Tiki Room because we got to hit Tiki Room.
Yes.
And I wanted to hit, I won't put this on we, I wanted to go to Hall of Presidents.
Before they closed it down for the refresh.
Yeah, it was going to be refreshed. Again, this was late 2016. We wanted to go and see it before it got refreshed, and it was closed and not available. So we did that, and then we hopped from Magic Kingdom over to Hollywood Studios. And we were at Hollywood Studios by noon. And remember when that was a thing? You could actually, park hop whenever the heck you wanted.
Yeah. You didn't have to reserve a park. You
that was
show up to whichever one you wanted.
The novelty.
I miss that.
I do too. Get it together.
Speaking of, we need to make park reservations.
Oh, we do.
We do.
We got tickets the other day.
We did.
Yes. So,
although by the time this goes out,
we'll be back.
We'll be back.
So, of course, we made park reservations.
Yes, we made park reservations already, and we'll tell you all about it in a future date.
Exactly. Yeah, we have we sat down yesterday and planned out the next basically like 3 months of podcast episodes. We're recording this. It's late July in 2022. We are getting ready in just a couple 2-3 weeks for a mega Disney trip coming up. Lots of time in the parks and cruises and time with friends and all sorts of stuff that y'all will hear about for sure.
Yes.
But anyhow, let's go back to 2016.
Back to 2016. Our move from Magic Kingdom over to Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
We got there in time for lunch. I don't know what we had for lunch, but we grabbed some holiday cupcakes.
Yes.
At ABC Commissary.
And how do I put this nicely?
Poor Olaf.
These were not the cupcakes that they were using for the photo shoots for the menu. These were special cupcakes. They they tasted good.
They've been through something.
They've seen some trauma.
Oh, we had an Olaf cupcake, and then just a cupcake with the Mickey Mouse Santa hat on it.
Yeah, but they both look tired.
Yes,
they both look very,
they
very
both look
tired.
I'm sure they were very tasty.
Yes, absolutely.
While we were at Hollywood Studios, we got to see the Galaxy Far, Far Away stage show.
Yes.
In front of the
Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we also saw the March of the First Order coming down the
Yes.
road there too.
I think they come up to do that.
Yeah.
I wish they still did the show. This is a fun show.
It was a fun show. And you got this, they shot their blasters.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a Roman candle being lit off from their guns, but it's fine.
Yeah. And when we saw it, it was a fairly new show too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd only been open a few months
Yeah.
when we were there. So yeah, it was really cool to see. We enjoyed that one.
Mm-hmm. And of course,
Yeah.
when we were there, we went to see our favorite stage show.
Yes, the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular.
Yes.
I mean, you have to see that
Yes.
show.
I think it's back now too.
Yes, it has reopened. When we were there last, it was not open yet.
Yeah.
And much sadness was had.
Sadness.
So
It'll
we
be
will-
back. We will go see it,
Absolutely. We hit Star Wars Launch Bay.
which is always fun. I love Star Wars Launch Bay.
Yeah.
They have a lot of movie props and stuff in that area as
Yeah.
well. And Star Wars Launch Bay is opened back up again too.
It has. It
I'm gonna
has.
go
And the
check it out.
characters are there. And yep. We saw Chewie and we saw Kylo Ren. Sterling was not so sure about Kylo.
Oh my gosh, another amazing picture.
He's just got his hands in his pockets looking up like, are you sure this is okay?
There were also Jawas walking
Yes.
around in Launch Bay.
That was so cool.
And Sterling loves giving hugs.
Yes, he's a hugger.
He is a hugger. And he just stood in front of a Jawa and opened his arms up really wide. And you could tell just from the pictures that we took that the Jawa was like, what do I do with this? But the Jawa got hugged.
Yes, the Jawa got hugs.
And kind of adjacent, kitty corner, if you will, to Star Wars Launch Bay is the Disney Junior area.
Yes.
Doc McStuffins was over there.
Yep.
And Sterling got to meet with her, and he looked at her stethoscope. She showed it off for him. Got some good pictures.
Yes, this was Sterling at this age was wholly in the demographic for Disney Junior.
Yes. Yeah.
That channel was on, not with infrequency around our house.
This is true.
Yes. And then, I mean, we just kind of tooled around. I'm sure we rode some rides. I'm sure we did the Toy Story
Oh yeah, there's
Mania.
a picture of our scores.
Yep. And then we went back to the room at the end of the night and watched the fireworks. So we did watch the fireworks, but we watched them from the balcony on our room overlooking Space Mountain and the castle and everything. And yeah, that's the second best place to watch fireworks. I'd say the first best place is the exit queue for Big Thunder. The second best place is from your 3-bedroom at Bay Lake Tower with a park view on the
Yes.
balcony.
And they will actually pipe the music in
Yes,
to your balcony speakers so
Yeah.
you can hear it.
it was very cool.
Really neat.
Yep.
The next day was not a park day.
Nope.
It was our day to get onto the ship.
Yes.
But we started it off having breakfast at Grand Floridian.
Yes, indeed. We went to the Supercalifragilistic Breakfast, which is a character breakfast at 1900 Park Fair over in the Grand Floridian. And the Grand Floridian at Christmas time is
That's so beautiful.
just amazing. The gingerbread house there is next level.
Yeah.
Like they're all amazing. At all the resorts have gingerbread houses and stuff like that. But the one here in the Grand Floridian is just over the top detailed. It is incredible.
It's a Victorian 2-story house.
Yes.
Gingerbread.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. And the breakfast was amazing. This is a character breakfast I really enjoyed.
Yeah, we will be doing this again in the future, I am sure.
The food was great there at that restaurant. And we got to see Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Mary Poppins and the Mad Hatter. And Alice is there as well. She has her own kind of dedicated photo spot over to the side. That was a really great character breakfast. Sterling just like melted into the Winnie the Pooh. Like Winnie the Pooh came up from behind him over his chair top and gave him a giant hug. And it was really neat.
Yes.
It was really neat to see.
And I remember, for some reason, I wasn't feeling great this morning.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I had a migraine or what. I was just not feeling well.
You weren't 100%.
Nope, I was not 100%.
No. But you powered through.
I did. I heard there's good food, good company, good characters.
Yeah. We took some pictures with the gingerbread house. We took some family pictures with the Grand Floridian tree, the Christmas tree there. And then I had one order of business to take care of. We had purchased some stuff. We had purchased some merch while we had a couple days in the parks. And we didn't want to take it on the cruise with us. I forget exactly what it was, but it was like heavy or breakable or just big or all of the above.
Yeah.
And so I shipped it home. The really cool thing is most of the deluxe resorts and definitely the ones that have a convention center attached to them. So like the Contemporary has a convention center there on the very bottom floor.
Coronado has a convention center.
Yeah, there's a few others. They all have kind of like a business center, a business station. And it's not like the average business center that you're thinking of in any old hotel where it's just like 2 computers that you can print out your airline tickets. There was a ship spot. I shipped a box they provided via UPS back to, I think I sent it to the office. And it would at least have somebody there to get it. So pro tip, if you have a bunch of stuff that you don't want to bring with you on a cruise or you don't want to lug through the airports with you, there are ways on property where you can ship that stuff back to your home. So and we packed out and got on the Mickey bus.
Magical Express.
And headed to the Mickey boat.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where we will leave this episode. We'll pick up next week with our 7-night Eastern Caribbean excursion on the Fantasy.
Yes, indeed.
That was a fantastic cruise.
That was. We are not affiliated with Disney and we are not travel agents. While we can offer our opinions and suggestions, we do recommend that you work with a travel agent to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have any questions or suggestions, shoot us an email at podcast@adventuresandmousecapades.com. Please give us a follow over on social media. We're at Our Mousecapades on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And give us a rating and review in your favorite podcast app to help people find us. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.